man, everybody needs healthcare. I'll say that everybody always talks about, oh, I'm going up to Canada for free healthcare. Why don't we just work on that at home? You're already here. Might as well ball. What like the that's what people need to understand. Like most voting, most everything that affects you as an individual starts at the local level. But everybody wants to look at the federal level and say, oh, this president's going to do that. This president's going to do that. No, they're probably not. Or if they do something, it probably won't even affect you because they're worried on that 0.1%, those billionaires, those multi hundreds of millionaires.
Thank you for joining us on The Slide. My name is Tavaris Bethel. I'm the host of the Slide podcast, and joining me today is a wonderful group of young men from our community. I had the pleasure of being joined by Monty, Teddy, and Veryon. And what we want to do today is we want to just be future-minded in our discussion about the things that need to occur in order to attend to the things that the youth want. What does the future look like? I think all too often what we do is we sit back from our places of comfort and we make decisions about things that impact individuals that we don't know, right? And so I want to believe that I got the solution to your problems. And I'm going to be completely honest with y'all young men. I don't give a fuck about your problems. You know what I'm saying? They're yours, right? So you're going to have to come up with the solutions that are going to impact things past 2075. Like if I make it to 2075, that's 100. I done did a yard. That's it. You see what I'm saying? Hey, based on the way I eat, drink, and smoke, I'm probably going to be here to probably 2040, right? So I'm on wild while I'm here. I'm gonna have fun while I'm here. But in all seriousness, I want to be able to fight the good fight for those individuals that I'm gonna pass the torch to. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to make assumptions about those things that y'all need. All right, and so what we want to do is we want to have a conversation today. So we're gonna talk about that. But before we do that, if y'all could please just introduce and let's normalize the space so those individuals that will have an opportunity to view this podcast, they'll have an opportunity to also understand who they're dealing with. So we're gonna start with Monty. Monty, introduce yourself, and then let's work the room before we jump directly into it.
All right, I'm Monty, full-time college student, 26 years old, born and raised in Tampa, Florida. Moved here about 7 years ago, and been here ever since.
He's very humble. Monty humble. Hey, Monty be humble. We don't be in Monty business today. He'll be in Monty business.
My name is Teddy. I'm 31 years old. I'm a retired veteran from the United States Army. I was born in Burnsville, Minnesota. I've been down here in Jacksonville since the age of 6. Father of 3. And you know.
Hey, and I know right now there's somebody who's watching this video that say, I didn't even know it was niggas in Minnesota.
I get that a lot. I get that a lot.
I've been hearing Minnesota straight though. I heard Minnesota straight.
I ain't gonna lie, it's real nice out there. I mean, you got the Mall of America and everything like that. But on the backhand side, apparently we got gangsters now. We got gangs out there now, apparently, that I didn't even know about.
Hey, but real spill, it always been gangsters in Minnesota. And that's what we don't understand. See, because we so siloed. We don't really understand when you say Minnesota and Wisconsin, right? In our mind, you know, Minnesota, Wisconsin, we think Cheesehead, Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre. Now there's some gangster shit going on out there in the Midwest. You know what I'm saying?
It's not just the big guys. It's not just those guys.
Hell no.
Exactly.
and that is why we got to grow up really quickly so that when we understand that the silo that we operate in, no one cares about your silo.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the only way we're going to be successful is we able to figure it out. And it take everybody working together in order to be able to get that. Now, everybody ain't going to work together, right? That's just the reality. So you got to be team-minded, right? And I think it was that boy Jeezy say, all these free agents, you better build your team. You know what I'm saying? And so we in team building 101. I'm a consummate team builder, right? And so I'm starting off with with the wide out. My dog over there sitting in the corner looking at me like, why you fucking with me? Right? That ain't what it is, man. Hey, this is the slide, right? And in my imagination, in order for us to be able to slide, we got to be able to have a group or a team of individuals where we can understand that dynamic mentality and those things. What's important, right? What's important to you, Monty? And you shared a little bit in the build up to the recording, some of those things that's important to you. But if you could please again articulate for the viewers, what's important to you?
What's important to me is seeing my nieces and nephews happy. Like every day I look at them and I honestly do think like what the future will look like for them. And will we be like when me and my sisters be able to make them happy? How would their future look like? What's important to them when they grow up? How would they day-to-day life looks like once they grow up?
What was life like for you growing up?
For me, it was crazy. Like I grew up in the woods, basically. nobody was around but my family. Like the land was owned by my family. Slow life. We barely got to see like the city. If we did visit someone, it was like only for the summer. Very slow. Like only growing up around like my family.
What impact did growing up in that nuclear environment? What impact did that have on you? How do you think that impacts you today and your ability to kind of integrate into society or be around individuals? How does that impact you?
I think sometimes it's like slow for me to interact because I was just so used to dealing with my family. So when I did get out dealing with like other individuals and like strangers, it's kind of slow for me to interact with them. Like I don't really know how to approach them, and I'm always in my like second guessing in my mind how they're gonna interact with me and how they're gonna like view me.
Why though?
I just maybe like the exposure part. I didn't have that much exposure growing up, so now you're just always second guessing yourself or looking in the mirror, and you're been in my head too much.
Hey, we going all over the place, right? I'm gonna back off of Monty. I'm gonna give him a little bit of space. But what he lifts is interesting points, right? So you got environments where we grow up and we rely on our family, right? And that's it, right? But in order for us to be successful, we kind of got to go beyond that, right? So what led to your decision to join the military, Teddy? What made you choose that as a route in order to be able to attend to whatever was going on in your life at the time?
At that point in my life, I was going through a very like troublesome hardship with my then ex-wife. Things weren't looking good. You know, I thought I had everything together, and really I didn't. So I resorted to the last thing that I could think of to save not only myself but my family as well. It was to join, and I chose the Army because that's what my family was in. My grandfather was in the Army. I got cousins that were in the Army, somewhere in the Navy, things like that. So for me, it was just mostly my grandfather that led me to be in the Army.
So help me understand now. You wasn't driven to join the military because of patriotism or your love for the Constitution of the United States or the things that you believe that you could accomplish as a result of continued military service. Patriotism wasn't at the foundation of why you joined the military?
Hell no. No, not at all.
Hey, that's facts.
No.
That's facts.
And that's the majority of people that join the military, right? Yeah. We join the military and we agree to do something that we fought before we did it. We ain't had no knowledge about it, but that ain't what led me to the recruiter office. I wasn't led to the recruiter office because what I wanted to do was stand on the shoulders of George Washington, right? Yeah. I was led to the recruiter's office because I didn't want my old lady to have to strip and I didn't want my children to have to grow up with their daddy in prison, right? And when we understand that, then now we can codify, we can see the service of those individuals different. Because young man or woman, if you did make a decision to join the United States military, then don't half-ass do it. Be there and be the best you could be at it, so that way you can learn whatever it is you need to learn while you're there. So when you come back, you can be serviceable. Because not enough individuals come back from that environment and return to our communities. Exactly. Not the majority of black people. Like we see white people do it all the time. They return to wherever they're from and they become CEOs and they open businesses or they go into local politics. But the majority of black people that have successful military careers, they never come back to their communities. Because who want to come deal with this shit after you done got away from it, right? In a military environment, the streets are clean. All of the houses are basically the same. It's orderly. The revenues are, the crime index is lower. Right? So now why would I want to be in Jacksonville where it's all these murders? Me personally, I want to be in Jacksonville where it's all these murders because what sense do it make to not be somewhere where the problem occur if you want to have a solution and you want to make the environment better? Right? I think Jacksonville is just an awesome place for that. But you, Veryon, right? Hey, this is my dog, right? Hey, we 3-4 episodes running. Hey, come on, man. Hey, we gonna be here all the way till we 2 million strong, right? Let's go, right? Yeah. But what do the future look like, man?
Well, that's a loaded question, right? Because the future really is what you make it. And so when I talk to people my age, talk to people that are older than me, talk to people that are younger than me. It's like, all right, how does the future look like? And nobody will really give you a straight answer. So really, it's all kind of individual based on what you want your own future to look like. For me, my future, I just want to be happy. Like truly, I just want to be happy. I want to live like a modest life. Now, obviously, I know like being an artist, that sort of thing, there's going to be different distractions that come with that. However, I still want to be happy. I still want to live modestly. Like I don't seek out like 100 million, 200 million like dollars. Like that'd be great. That would really set my family up for the future. But looking at it individually, I mean, what's the life expectancy? What, 75 for a man in the United States? Like, I gotta look at like my window. I'm turning 28 here in a few months. I got my window slowly like closing, right?
Right.
So like my plan right now is like focus and really grind these next 5 years. Set yourself up, set the people that you really care about, and I would say family, but the way I always look at things is loyalty over blood, and that's not always going to be family. Like there's some people in my family I don't talk to no more, and it's not because that I don't necessarily fuck with them. It's they did some things in the past that I don't really align with, so I remove myself from them. You know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But there's some dudes that I met in college. Me and them are like this, and because it's loyalty, like we've been through some shit, like we can't even talk about no more, like some shit that those bonds will never be broken, bro. Like there's a real knot in that fishing line, right? Yeah. So the future is really what you make it. That whenever I talk to somebody, I'm like, hey man, do your best every day, because something that stuck with me, I want to say I got this in high school from my high school government teacher, right, Mr. Filipiak, shout out. He picked on my agenda and wrote in there one day and then closed it and just slid it back to me, real subtle. And in that, what he wrote in there was, if you ain't the lead dog, the scenery never changes. and that shit stuck with me because I'm like, damn, that's deep as fuck. Like, it's very simple in the context, but it's really deep when you really think about it, because if you ain't the lead dog, so if you're not number one, the scenery never changes. You will never go anywhere if you ain't the lead dog. History remembers the victor. I mean, we go back I'll just use football for an example. We go back the last 5 Super Bowls. Most people cannot remember who the runner-up was. Most people cannot remember who the runner-up was because they not doing no celebration parade. Congrats, you made it there. Now what? You didn't win shit. You don't got the ring on your finger. You didn't have that celebration parade. So if you ain't the league dog, the scenery never changes. And that's something that I really live with. And I feel like just kind of applying that in my everyday life, that'll set me up and position me towards my future. And that's just being happy.
That's profound. And for those individuals who have opportunity, who may know me or who have opportunity to come to understand what we're trying to accomplish with this podcast, I want them to take note of the fact that 3 members of the future generation just sat here and said that their chief desire for the future is happiness, right? Now, if I was sitting in a room full of Caucasian young men around y'all same age, I'm pretty sure that the answer would be different. I'm pretty sure that they don't give a fuck about happiness because they had, depending on the environment that they were cultivated in, happiness may have been ingrained in their environment. The problem is that majority of our environments aren't laden with happiness, right? So we seek happiness, right? We don't seek power, right? We seek happiness. You see what I'm saying? When if we develop power, if we generate or cultivate power, power will grant us the ability to create happiness, right? Because happiness is something that comes with variables, right? So then the question becomes, what are the variables that impact happiness, right? Bad B, hey, nice ride, $2 million in the bank, right?
Stability.
Now those are trivial things, right? Now we may say a loving partner or beautiful, obedient children. Happiness for every single individual look different. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But power, you see what I'm saying? Power is governed by science. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Even so, what make you happy? Shit, I ain't gonna what make me happy. You see what I'm saying? But power. You see what I'm saying? Power, and I'm gonna continue to say power, particularly when I'm in a room like this, because I want y'all to have power. Like, I want my children to have power. Do I want my children to have the power to be able to impose their will on other individuals? No, I don't care. Right? You should want the same power. That's your business. I don't care. I'm talking about what I want for my children. You see what I'm saying? And in our community, we feel a need to be able to make other individuals feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Because of the ineptness of the society or people and they desire to think, well, if this joker get power, what they will do. Listen, man, just 100 with you. Like if some black people, some Hispanic people, some white people, even anybody in America get some power, they ain't gonna know what the hell to do with it because we ain't been educated on what power is.
They don't know what to do.
What is the scientific formula for power? Put it in the comments. I don't even know if I want to even say nothing else about power until a joker can demonstrate that they understand what it is. Right? What is the scientific formula for power? Right? Which I will offer for you, and I said I wasn't, but I'm going to do it a lot because I just like running my mouth. Mass times acceleration. That's power. Mass times acceleration. So now that I understand that the formula for power is mass times acceleration, what I got to be able to understand is how do I manipulate the variable, which is mass, and the variable, which is acceleration, right? What is an accelerant? Right? When we look at our community and we look at the amount of revenues that's produced in our community, understanding that now if Monty, who is an amazing professional, if he wants to advance in his career, he got to rely on the benevolence of others in order to advance in his career, right? Because his uncle ain't got $1 billion Fortune 500 company where we can just develop a position for him.
Ain't no trust fund, baby.
Ain't no trust fund, baby.
Yeah.
Right? So now what I charge y'all young men with is the cultivation of entities that will produce for our generations the things that they need so they don't have to beg individuals to be benevolent. Right? And that's real. That's real. Hey, if you're an old black lady, you should be snapping when I talk, right? You should throw your panties at the screen, right? Hey, cause that's just real, right? You might have to watch the thing 3 times to really even understand what I just said. Yeah. And I'm talking like that specifically. So y'all individuals with some bread or understanding, what y'all need to do right now is send y'all checks or money orders made payable to Mixed Theory Studios, care of the Slide. Right, 233 East Bay Street. Hey, Zeus, what's the PO box number? We finna get this money up. No, but what I do understand is I understand that Teddy is a businessman, right? So Teddy, what do we need to be doing in order to be able to kind of create outcomes as far as economics is concerned and business is concerned? What is the gap? What drives you to your desire to do business the way that you do?
For me, the drive is just, in my head, the ultimate outcome for what I see is unity. Like, my goal is to whatever it is that I'm doing right now, I'm trying to build relationships, bonds with people, letting people know that, hey, we not all the same. Like, we are good. Like, there are good people out here still. And with that, I just feel like a bond can be built to where it's not like, oh, I feel like if I'm here now, but I don't know if I trust you fully. No, I want you to learn to trust me. I know it's hard right now, but in the near future, once you stay with me and, keep rolling with me, I'm going to it's going to be obvious that I could have been trust this man. Yeah. And it's not just because of, what he got, what he can get. It's who he is. You know what I'm saying? And that's a big problem to me that I see in not just our community, race, for everyone in every human mankind. Like, we don't trust nobody. Yeah. Nobody wants to say, like, okay, I will listen to you right quick. Nah, it's already be told in our head that we don't fuck with that kind of shit. We stay away from that. Well, who said that? Who made that up? Yeah. Last time I checked, I have a free mind. I have a free will. I can do and think how I want. Okay, for example, like they say, oh, black people, we should always be looking fresh, fly. Who said that? I gotta wear Gucci to be fly. I gotta wear Versace to be fly. No, yeah. I'm not gonna. No, I ain't gonna run to Walmart or nothing like that. But I mean, I can go run to a little hip hop shop right quick, grab something, make myself look fresh. Who really set that standard? Yeah, us, right? Yeah. So if we set that standard and made it profound, that okay, every black person, if you got a pair of J, you don't wear Spizikes. You don't wear and you wear higher than a 20 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's real. If we can take that perspective away, if we can do that, then imagine what we can do if in the right way. Hey, let's all combine our businesses together. We can make some money. We can make make something happen for not just us, but our generation to come. Yeah, man, I might have brought something I thought was Jordans the other day. You know what I'm saying? Your boy been out the game for a minute. Yeah. I brought them shoes home, man. My old lady say, man, if you don't take them and throw them boys in the closet, boy, you don't wear them. You know what I'm saying?
Wrong.
I ain't know. Hey, dog, I ain't know. They match the fit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know it was
like
illegal.
That. It be like that.
Hey, shout out to DTLR, right? They not a paid sponsor yet, but we're going to give y'all an opportunity to send your check or money order made payable to Mixed Theory Studios, care of the Slide. All right, because DTLR as a organization, their social responsibility, their mission statement, everybody should read it, and I think we should post it because when I read it, I ain't know that it was that deep. Like I ain't know they meant that. You know what I'm saying? Now we ain't denying Balenciaga an opportunity to throw your boy some jeans. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? Hey, definitely. Hey, I went into the polo store. I went into the polo store in Val Harbor. I thought I was in a polo store, but it wasn't a polo store. It was Ralph Lauren. There's an extreme difference between Ralph Lauren and polo. Shout out to that boy T.I. that says, Ralph Lauren purple label, I'm as fresh as I could be. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was shooting for. Hey, I was shooting for the Ralph Lauren purple label. I said, I'm finna be as fresh as I could be, and I spent $700 for that shirt. Hey, I'll never do that again because that was irresponsible, right? But to your point, we live in an environment where the science that laid the foundation of it, because like, who told us that we couldn't do that? Who told us that all people was bad? John Locke, the social contract theory. That's who told us, right? That there's a Leviathan in society that is seeking to devour the soul and the consciousness of mankind. See, that's the thought that our leaders have embraced. But the individuals who are subject to the guidance of the leader, they don't even believe that exists, right? So since the youth don't believe that it exists, y'all can dispel that. Y'all can dispel John Locke's theory, right? So all y'all smart people, y'all social engineers who may allow the words to catch the algorithm, right? Go back and look at what Teddy just said. You see what I'm saying? Because now you got the ability to refute that consciousness, right? Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Right, you have the ability to refute that level of consciousness because now there's something that is the antithesis of it that is operating right now inside of our space, and we're gonna show you. That's why y'all should send y'all checks and money orders to Mixed Theory Studios, care of the Slide. Right, and I'm dead ass serious. Right, we giving y'all an opportunity, get that bread in here. Right, because in order for us to lay a foundation for the future, so that way we can give those individuals those opportunities to be CEOs, we got to run this bread up, gentlemen. You see what I'm saying?
Got to.
And that's what we talking about right now. We
It's
talking
a
about this money,
requirement.
and that's why Monty in all his music say, I really don't know. Right, I really don't know. But what I'm saying right now is right now what I need you to say, Monty, is send that bread. Go ahead, Monty.
Send that bread.
Yeah.
Send that bread, Monty.
Send that bread.
Send that bread.
Yeah.
Right? That's what we talking about. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, right, I don't believe that there is ever going to be a time where somebody going to say, you know what, let's give reparations to Negroes for the atrocities of slavery.
It's not gonna happen.
Nah.
No.
Why? Why would it happen? Being real as fuck. Why?
Why? Based on what?
I'm sorry, it's been too long.
I was watching the pastor the other day, and he was saying how in the Bible it says anything that you've done, you are already forgiven for it, right? So we're negotiating with a person that don't even believe that they need to have a conversation with us about that thing. You know what I'm saying? About that period in time in history. And so since that's the understanding of in the masses of the people, we shouldn't sit around thinking that people are sitting around considering what done happened to you. And I mean that based on whatever done happened to you, whatever you done experienced, whether it's sexual trauma, whether it's physical violence, whether it's discrimination in the workplace, there is no one sitting around trying to figure out how to get you the therapy that you need in order to become whole. Right? Yeah. So what we have to do is we have to put together a strategy, and that strategy may not be something that's going to impact everybody. Yeah. It only needs to impact crew, team. We build from crew, team, and then once we got our crew and our team, we situate, then we worry about other individuals. So if you want to be a part of the team, in the comments you can click sign me up. Right? Sign me up.
Sign me up.
Sign me up, baby.
Sign me up.
Hey, we going all in.
Yeah.
We shooting our shots. You know what I'm saying? Jeezy said all these free agents build your team. You know what I'm saying? Right now I'm like that boy Chris Greer. I should have wore a Dolphins jersey in here today, but I'm throwing out contracts. You know what I'm saying? Hey, for which I will gladly pay you Tuesday. Right? You can't get paid today. I will gladly pay you Tuesday if you give me a lap dance today.
You do that check to him first. The ACH transaction.
Hey, for real.
Monty, what? Hey, now back to you, Monty. Where are we going? What does it look like? Tell me from your heart. What do you want to see? What do you want to see? What do you want to see the world become?
I want to see the world become, I wouldn't say what it used to be, but I just want where everybody can basically take accountability for their actions. Mm-hmm. And also acknowledge that every decision is not going to lead to success and every decision is not going to lead to failure. Mm-hmm. But if you take accountability, you'll recognize that you can reflect on your actions and make a change and make a difference. Mm-hmm.
So you use the term accountability, and people float accountability around ad nauseum, right? So what is accountability to you? What do that look like from your foxhole?
It means, like, for me, it's like if I make a decision, let's say like I kick over this camera, like I got to take ownership of that. Mm-hmm. I can't say I can't say you stood up and it fell over.
Shit on tape. It's on tape. It's crazy as fuck.
What do you do in your professional life, Monty?
HR.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. See, Monty, his logic, right? Mm-hmm. And that's why I had to ask what you do in your profession. His logic is HR.
Black and white.
It's black and white.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we play around in the middle. You You know what I'm saying? We play around in the middle. Okay, so real quick, because I know time is a thing, and I want to make sure that while I have an opportunity to have such brilliant minds in the space, I want to know, relative to the current season that we're in, right? Do y'all have a political view, and what is your political view? Now, you don't have to say party affiliation and all that kind of crap, because that's it's very, very intimate, right? But for those individuals that flirt around with the political realm, they need to understand, like, what y'all see, because the messaging right now is a messaging that's for the baby boom. It's not a millennial message. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a baby boom. There is no such thing as a Generation X message, because all that's about dead, right? So right now it go baby boom to millennials, right? So what's the millennial political view?
Shit. Millennial political view. Well, shit. I'll say right now as it stands, I can speak broadly. We don't fuck with the candidates that are presented before us because they don't represent us. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm gonna try and vote for some 75, some 80-year-old white man. They didn't experience what we experienced, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm not saying it's just towards black people, towards minorities. No, it's even millennial Caucasians as well. They don't represent like what we've been through. I'll say, like, we grew up in a period where we had like those big ass TVs, right? And then it transitioned over to MP3 players. And then transitioned to MP4s. And then iPad was presented. And next you know, all these huge gaming consoles are presented. Like that's our generation of, I'll say, like, technological development. So we want to see somebody who's savvy with that understands that. Now, you might have some candidates that are trying to like hop on that wave just to get those votes, but they don't necessarily believe that, because it's like, nah, bro, we read your bio. We know what you're really about. So it's like, I'm really not fucking with that. And then in terms of like just like basic policies, man, everybody needs healthcare. I'll say that everybody always talks about, oh, I'm going up to Canada for free healthcare. Why don't we just work on that at home? You're already here. Might as well ball. That's what people need to understand. Like, most voting, most everything that affects you as an individual starts at the local level. But everybody wants to look at the federal level and say, oh, this president's going to do that. This president's going to do that. No, they're probably not. Or if they do something, it probably won't even affect you, because they're worried on that 0.1%, those billionaires, those multi-hundreds of millionaires. That's what they're focused on. They're not focused on the person making $50K, $30K, $70K. They're not. Because in the large grand scheme of things, what does it matter to them to really affect those people's lives, you know? So if we focus at home, like at the local level, that's where we really need to get the ball rolling. But it's not taught in the education system. So then our education system needs to be revamped. It needs to be revolutionized for real. Because, I mean, you got to think about it. The country was based off of revolution. If the country's based off of revolution, man, fuck it, keep it going. If we want something, why don't we fight for it?
Hey, come on, man. I was at a event yesterday, and the guy said his mama told him whatever it took to get that woman, it's gonna take to keep her. Right? All right. So if it took revolution to establish the country, revolution is the order of the day in the country. Last thing I would say is only 6.5% of black Americans earn over $100,000 a year. 6.5%. That's crazy. That's preposterous. Because that's only 6.5% of 50 million people. 6.5% of 50 million people earn enough money to pay their bills. And because when we say $100,000, $100,000 ain't balling. $100,000 mean you was able to pay your mortgage. You see what I'm saying? You getting by. You're escaping. So imagine for the individual that's wrestling with 50. You see what I'm saying? Come on now, right? And what we don't see is that it's an easier way. It's easier. All we have to do is figure out who are those individuals with the entrepreneurial spirit. And then we support those individuals in their endeavors, right? Then we create accountability mechanisms in order to be able to reinforce the individual that would like to do business, right? This ain't that difficult, right? We ain't got to be begging people for help about this. And this is why you will never get reparations, because the answer is absolutely with us, right? So again, thank y'all for coming in here and laying the foundation. Team, this is what it is, right? We here where we are. I personally don't believe that, you know what I'm saying, a life raft is coming. Ain't no safety boat going to pull up and snatch out the middle of the Atlantic. It's us or until we bust. You see what I'm saying? So what I would like to do is I would like to offer you all, this particular group of individuals, an opportunity to just be a part of the Slide team, man. Like be with us, build with us. Let's go out and let's just bless the world with y'all perspectives. You see what I'm saying? And then let's mature those perspectives into initiatives that will create opportunities for others. Right? That's what we're doing. That's why we in here. We ain't in here to waste our time. We're in here because I am a firm believer in Jesus. No, I'm a firm believer in Jesus Bavar. Hey, just know that. Hey, I'm a firm believer in Jesus Bavar. Right? The man, the myth, the freaking legend, right? So on the outro as we get ready to slide out, let's have some closing remarks. Hey, we're gonna start with Monty. And we're gonna work our way around to you, Veryon. So provide the people with a little bit to keep them interested until the next time they have opportunity to meet Monty.
I think it's interesting, and y'all should definitely tune in, especially listening to Tavaris. It's definitely opening my mind and my perspective a lot of things. When I leave here, I'm probably going to check out some more political things because I haven't really been looking into it. I think that's the issue with my generation. I know we can do better. We just basically focus on what's going viral, and that's only what we think affects us. But a lot of this affects us, and we can do better.
Yeah.
So definitely tune in.
For me, I think it's the platform to finally be able to speak and like, how do I say? Put everything out on the table. Like every emotion, how you've been feeling, like what you thought you couldn't say, you can get out on here. Or you can finally hear someone else say, like, hey, they're thinking just like how I'm thinking. And so with this platform, I feel like with the viewers, y'all gonna hear a lot more of that. Like y'all gonna actually hear the raw truth, the raw feeling of what it really means to be out here.
Yeah.
For myself, man, shit, be great. Because why not, right? You only get one life. So shoot your shot, man. Like, what do you have to lose in all reality? Are you scared of rejection? You scared of what are you scared of? Understand your fear, rationalize it, and then move forward with that. Because if you don't, next thing you know, you're gonna be 6 years old with a whole bunch of regrets.
Yeah.
Don't nobody want to be that person, right?
Yeah.
Especially, it ain't gonna be me. It ain't gonna be. What do I have to lose?
Yeah.
Because I reposted my boy's business that he's starting up, or that I'm posting my music out there. What do I have to lose? I have absolutely nothing to lose. So man, be great. You use every day as an opportunity to progress yourself towards what you want to do as an individual.
And I'm gonna say this at risk of offending people, right? We sit around trying to figure out how to do something, and then we rely on magic, right? The magic of prayer. Right? Hey, listen to me now. I'm going to fit all my pastor friends. We rely on the magic of prayer. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to say, oh, God, hey, hook your boy up with this, that, and the next. And then I'm going to go about my life, and I ain't going to invest not 1 second into the thing that I just begged the universe for.
You're just gonna expect it.
I'm just going to expect it. That's why y'all ass broke. You see what I'm saying? I ain't saying don't pray. I'm saying that after you pray, get your ass up and write a plan. Yeah. And then after you write a plan, create a timeline. And then after you create the timeline, carry your ass to work to do some of that shit, right? The reason why you don't have shit is because you don't do shit. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? That's what it is, right? Right. So what I'm saying is that the first thing that you can do that'll help to alleviate that is send your check or money or to make pay. No, seriously. The first thing you can do is you can share this. Right? Because the initiative or the concept media, right? Media, the objective is to shape the idea or the thought of an individual. So I don't want to make it seem like we ain't trying to program you with what we're doing here today at Mixed Theory Studios. We are. We're trying to absolutely install a program that will allow you to create independent thought. So that way you can achieve something in your life. And it's specifically designed to those individuals in that millennial group because y'all have been taught what to think but not taught how to think, right? And so when we learn how to think, then we can craft the solutions. I don't want to own your dysfunction. I want you to come up with it on your own. But what I do want to do is open up a door that'll allow you to experience various streams of thought so that way you can cultivate or identify the one that works best for you. I don't care what it is. It may be being a Mormon. It may be being a a Rastafarian. It may be being, a deacon. I don't care, right? It may be joining the Boy Scouts or going roller skate. I don't care, right? Whatever it is that's going to allow you to be the best version of yourself so that way we can impact society, let's do that. And then if we can't, so what? Like, just shoot your shot. Don't be 60 with regrets. At least you tried. At least you tried, and then you know that, man, I ain't cut out for that. I ain't built for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because once you're able to look yourself in the face in that perspective, when you can look yourself in the face and you can realize, dang, man, these is really the flaws that I'm situated with. As I sit here behind this microphone, I don't think I'm special. You see what I'm saying? Hey, man, I got so much dirt that I carry with me that's buried off in that closet. And I tell y'all right now, whoever come and try to expose it, I'm busting shots. It just is what it is, right? What's fair is fair. Hey, because when you ride the slide, you got to realize that the slide can get rough, right? So thank you for spending time with us today on the slide, man. Welcome and come back, man. Keep coming back. Like, share, subscribe. If you want to get on and vibe, jump in the comments and you can slide. Hey, boy, man, like somebody sign me. Sign me, boy. I don't spit written, boy.
That's the outro.
Sign me. Hey, all right, let's go.